All right, go.
Hi, and welcome to episode 40 of Instant Expertise Marketing. We appreciate you listening in. Today, Sherry and I wanted to update you on what's happening to all those seeds that we planted early in the pandemic. I'm Yvette Brown, co founder of X Promos. I became an entrepreneur at 23 by starting a promotions agency with my then 29-year-old business partner, Sherry Nomadi.
And I'm Sherry Nomadi. Yvette and I, we approach business from very opposite ends of the spectrum, but we always come to the same conclusion on how to help our clients succeed. If you remember, in episode 31, we recommended planting seeds during the pandemic, and we discussed our own. Now, those seeds are sprouting, and we are busy nurturing during this critical phase. When this pandemic started, what seems like oh so long ago,
Totally.
we pivoted and we started building marketing training courses using our enterprise level experience and applying it to small businesses. We also collaborated with colleagues to tap into their expertise for you.
Truth be told, we planted all kinds of seeds. We created videos and audiences. We reached out to connect with partners that served our audiences. We proposed new collaborations. We sent weekly emails to the audiences that we built. And to be honest, it was kind of messy. We scatter planted like wildflowers, not like rows of crops.
At the time, we did make some sales, not enough to retire on,
Yep, nope,
but
because we're still
enough
here.
to totally. But we did make enough to create a proof of concept, provided feedback, and it kept us moving forward. So internally, after going all in on the training courses, we shifted our focus. We figured out a way to build a product offering for our enterprise clients, something that we have been trying to do for quite some time now.
Yeah. And, believe Sherry when she says quite some time. This has been something that we have discussed for, I'm pretty sure, years. I don't even know for how long, but a long time. But the net is we finally came up with something that we thought would work. But before we just put it out there, we put the idea to the test. We reached out to our network, which included our prospects, and we asked them for feedback. We kind of said, hey, we're thinking about doing this offer. Do you think that would be interesting? And how would you make it better? And honestly, we got some really good feedback. So what we did is we integrated that feedback into this kind of like rough draft offer. And you know what? We launched the concept.
And you know what happened then? We got a lot of interest. It was amazing. We even landed a couple of new clients, which was even more amazing, especially during this crazy pandemic we're in.
And you guys, you have to understand, we don't even have a landing page for this offer. You can't find it on our website at all. We actually just use LinkedIn, which is where our enterprise level prospects are, to connect with people and to promote it. We answered all of their questions. We had a few meetings, and we have 2 new signed clients during the pandemic. It has been really awesome and kind of, amazing. So, but we haven't stopped there. Now we're identifying next steps. We realize we really should have a landing page for this thing just to, automate it and make it a little bit simpler for people to engage with us. And then we have to add that offer to our website. So we kind of help make it evergreen. So it's not scheduled to be done this week. We've got some other things going on, but I promise you it will be done before the end of the year.
Meanwhile, though, we've gone back to work on our digital products. Why? Well, because it's Q4. And this is the time when people are looking to learn new things. They want to get ready for the new year and make improvements now. So
Yep.
we've been jumping back and forth a little, and it has been a struggle. When you
Yes.
start and stop, you end up spending a little extra energy just so you can catch up where you left off. But I will say it's a good problem.
Yeah, it is a good problem to have. But also a little plug here. That's why concepts like Russell Brunson's One Funnel Away Challenge, if you're familiar with that, they work really well because you go all in on something you need to learn in a month. And when you're done, you've built a working funnel in the case of Russell's challenge. And you really are better off conceptually committing to a project like that and moving it to completion, or at least at a set point where you've, sort of imagined it to be before you move on to something else?
So we thought, for instance, that we could just take our live recordings and just do a little editing on the videos and create the course, right? Seemed like a good idea, but we were oh so wrong.
Totally.
It just didn't work. It really wasn't the quality we expected, and we had to start over.
And, and that's really it. I mean, we looked at this and went, you know what, it's by the time we're done cutting and pasting and whatnot, we would really be better off just, starting over and re-recording. So what we did next is we redid the scripting. We made the course even better than the live training. And in part, it was based on the feedback that we got when we did do those live workshops. So that step in the journey definitely had a purpose. And I'll be honest, this took a much bigger effort than I thought it would. And I don't entirely know why. We put so much energy into those live trainings that coming back to this just felt like a grind. It was like a do-over and it wasn't as much fun as I had hoped. But you know what? We did it.
Yep, we did. When we re-recorded the sessions, it just felt like a much bigger challenge. I don't know, even though we knew the material inside and out, it just seemed harder. The energy didn't flow. It just wasn't there. So it was so bad that we abandoned the one session. We rescheduled, we started all over, and we all made a personal commitment to really bring the energy.
And I think that commitment made a lot of difference, because I think we all looked in the mirror and went, you know what, we can do better. And we owe it to our students to take this to another level. And that's really what we did. And so once all of that was finally done, these rough videos landed in my department for all the edits. And, that took some work. But once that was finally done, we had to then make changes and enhancements to the downloads based on what we learned. And, as an aside for you all, we use Kajabi for our courses. I love it, and I would totally recommend it because it's a great user experience. Your students, your customers will love it. But it does require that every video that you upload gets its own little description. You attach uploads to it and all this other stuff. And so as a result, it's kind of a grind to get it all done and do it right. But we finally got it done.
We did. And now it is finally totally completed. And we got our affiliate program launched, both strategically and tactically. And then a really funny thing happened. We started in earnest to look for partners to collaborate with. And then people just started showing up out of the blue. And let me tell you, these were people that we had reached out to months ago, and we thought they were just not interested. And then out of the blue, they said, we want to engage. And this is part of scattering those planted seeds.
Exactly. And I think that is really our big aha for you today. If you're like us, you can plant random scattered seeds and hope one day they will sprout. But the reality is you don't know exactly when and how they're going to sprout. But somehow, we're going to get all zen on you, the seeds know. They sprout when it's time. They sprout when the conditions are right. They sprout when you are ready for them to sprout.
That's right. And guess what? We are ready now. Yep. We are collaborating with great partners who are helping us reach out to our intended target audience. And we're building out the infrastructure that we need to work effectively with these partners and all our new partners that are coming up.
Yeah, and it hasn't been a straight line. Our business in 31 years has never been a straight line. And, so far it hasn't exploded the way we were wishing for on day one. But you know what? We're now gearing up for sustainable growth that we can manage.
I believe we really, truly weren't ready before, but now we are.
Yes. And so our message for you is please use the last few weeks of this calendar year to plant your own seeds, wildflower style, and keep moving forward because your seeds are going to sprout when the time is right.
As always, thanks for listening, and we hope you come back again soon.
If you'd like to know more about what we're about, visit us at xpromos.com.